Yeah, I mean, it starts being a young team. First of all, it starts with just having energy. You got to have spirit, energy, and passion every time you step on the court. Especially being a young guy, that's the only way you get on the court. But other than that, I feel like everybody has a sense of urgency, like you said. Everybody's playing together. We're sharing the ball, and that just creates happiness. Happiness goes a long way in the game of basketball.
All right, Pistons fans, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about Isaiah Livers. Livers has finally arrived on the NBA stage and has had the best game of his short career so far. And I'm really excited for this man because I believe he will be a lesser version of Sadiq Bey coming off of the bench, which will be very good for the Pistons to have two guys like that. Guys who give a lot of effort on defense, but also can space the floor for us on the offensive end. But before we continue, please make sure you guys like this video. Today's like goal is 150 likes. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. I drop consistent Pistons content here.
Subscribe to Joe Polo 10.
Is the MVP.
Detroit basketball.
Okay, so put the image on the screen right now. Let's take a look at the stat line yesterday for Isaiah Livers. He dropped 16 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He was 6 for 7 from the field and 4 for 5 from 3. And then lastly, his plus minus was plus 15 in a Pistons loss. Very good stat line yesterday for Isaiah Livers, and I'm just happy for the man. And I feel like some Pistons fans can really relate to the guy because, you know, he is Michigan born. He's coming out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. He ended up going to the University of Michigan, and I'm a big Michigan fan, and I got to literally see, you know, Livers kind of grow up down there and, you know, really mature into what he is right now. So to see his journey so far to get to the NBA, I feel like a lot of people, especially if you're from Michigan, can really relate to Livers. And then if you go back to my draft video that I made on Livers when we took him in the second round, I was very high on Isaiah Livers at the time, and I wanted to see him play, but, you know, he took a long time to recover and we didn't get to see him. But finally, he is back. He started out in the G League, and I think he had like 2 or 3 really good games down there before we called him back up to the main roster. And he came back to the main roster. He wasn't necessarily doing anything on offense, but he was showing out there on defense. Actually, you could put the tweet on the screen right now. During one of the games, I literally came out and said, Isaiah Livers, he's pretty dang good on defense, man. And I'm just thinking about the future with him. You know, we can match him up with a lot of guys on offense. You could put him on anyone because someone with that height and length and pure skill on defense, you could just move around in so many areas out there. So it's really good to have one of these useful utility guys out there, and just to know that he plays with a lot of intensity and effort on the defensive side of the floor is very pleasing to see. And just this whole time, we've been waiting for Livers to pop off on offense. We've seen the defensive performances, but he hasn't really been giving us anything on offense. But yesterday, we finally got to see it, a 3-point barrage from Livers. He looked confident out there. He looked comfortable, wasn't rushing up any shots. He just waited for the ball to come to him. He would stand on the perimeter at the corner or near the side, wait for the ball to come to him, and he was just splashing threes the whole night. So that's basically everything, man. I am very hopeful for Livers and the future with him on the Pistons, and I can't wait to see more. So Pistons fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 5K, and I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, it starts being a young team. First of all, it starts with just having energy. You got to have spirit, energy, and passion every time you step on the court. Especially being a young guy, that's the only way you get on the court. But other than that, I feel like everybody has a sense of urgency, like you said. Everybody's playing together. We're sharing the ball, and that just creates happiness. Happiness goes a long way in the game of basketball, and everybody plays well. It felt good. I mean, we were down, so I knew I was gonna have to step up. Being a young guy, it didn't matter. I'm always ready to play. Coach Casey knows that. But it was tough. I feel like we had him at certain points, may have missed an assignment or two, and those threes go a long way. I don't know how many threes we gave up, but definitely too many in the second half. Yeah, I mean, that was something I told Weaver and Casey in the draft process. I said, you want a guy who can guard 1 through 5, talk, switch, and be the anchor of your defense. That I can do that for sure.